Okay, we're ready.
Thank you, Fred. Good evening. My name is Jason Perot, and I call to order this Wednesday, May 12th, 2021 meeting of the Northborough Groundwater Advisory Committee. This open meeting of the Northborough Groundwater Advisory Committee is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings. And as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of the public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order, which is referenced at the top of our posted agenda for this meeting, allows public bodies to be entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. This meeting is being conducted remotely using the Zoom conferencing application. Our posted meeting agenda notes that you can view the meeting from the YouTube town live stream link. You can go to the town website, click on remote meetings, and find your way to this meeting being live streamed, or the agenda contains the link you can use to connect. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to share your screen. Anything you broadcast will be captured by the recording. As far as business ground rules for the meeting, these rules will allow us to effective and clear conduct of our business and ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce the agenda item and its speakers. After the speakers have concluded their presentation, I'll invite the board members to offer their comments, questions, or motions. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you. If you wish to respond to another member, please request to do so through the chair. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. I'd like to now confirm connectivity of each of the board members and staff members. I'm Jason Perot, Chair of the Groundwater Advisory Committee. Bryant Furman.
Here.
Teresa Capobianco.
Here.
Diane Goldner.
Here.
And also Town Engineer Fred Litchfield.
Here.
Very good. We will confirm the additional remote participants at the time they are in the meeting, which we are prepared now to do. So the item on our agenda, to consider the petition of Karina Silva de Almeida for special permit in the Groundwater Protection Overlay District for a proposed dog grooming business on the property located at 369 West Main Street, map 81 and parcel 19 in the Business West zoning district and located entirely within Groundwater Protection Overlay District Area 2. So we have our applicant, Karina de Almeida.
Yes.
Karina, yes, thank you. Can you, I guess, begin? You can essentially present what it is you're looking to do.
So I'm planning to open a dog grooming and 369 West Main Street, Northborough. And I'm just asking for the permission and to do what I need to do.
Okay, very good. I have the copy of your application submitted. There are just a couple things, I guess, that I wanted to clarify here. On the application, Fred, I noticed that the applicant is listed as Elise Vieira. Is that?
Yes, she is my partner. Yes.
Okay. She's not present at the moment.
No, she's not.
Okay. The contact information on the application, it appears to be your email.
Yes, my email.
And there's also a phone number. Is that your phone number?
Yes, it's mine.
Okay, thank you. So the purpose of this committee with respect to the zoning bylaw is to review the, we typically confine our review to the technical aspects pertaining to groundwater protection. Our committee is an advisory committee. We're not a permit granting authority ourselves, and we do not approve projects. We review the groundwater aspects of the proposal, and we make a recommendation to the special permit granting authority, which I believe in your case is Zoning Board of Appeals. Is that right, Fred?
That's correct.
Okay. So our recommendation will go to that board, and then you will be before that board. They will be the ones to evaluate the proposal, and they may look more broadly at the zoning bylaws to make their determination, just so that you're aware of the process here. Fred, would you like to review your letter and observations?
Sure. Karina, you got a copy of the letter, right? I sent it to you by email.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I won't read the entire section, but the first comment deals with the portion of the zoning bylaw that the applicant applied under. It talks about if you're in a groundwater district and your activity could include toxic or hazardous material, there are some obligations that you need to get this permit. The second item is really what we need to talk about the most. Previously, the applicant had indicated some of the chemicals that she would be using on the dogs did have some, she supplied the MSDS sheets, and some of them did indicate that they could be considered toxic or hazardous. And so we're working towards some proper containment to allow the business to go forward. Since that time, the applicant has indicated she now wishes to use only natural or organic shampoos and chemicals on the dogs. She did supply me some MSDS sheets today. I'm not sure if that was all of them or not, but I looked at each of them and they're all quite harmless and they don't require any containment. She did offer a cabinet proposal that she would like to store them in. This cabinet is appropriate for the chemicals that she submitted to me today, but it would not be appropriate if there were toxic or hazardous chemicals because it doesn't have the standard floor area that could provide containment of anything that were to spill inside the cabinet. As long as the committee is accepting the fact that she wants to use natural and organic shampoos and products on the animals, then there's really no need for any other kind of containment, in my opinion. We can talk about that a little bit further. There are 5 other comments on my letter. If one is indicating if the applicant confirms all the products are natural and organic, then I would recommend to the committee that you recommend to the ZBA that a condition indicating that they verify that fact to the building department and the Board of Health as indicated in comment number 1 on an annual basis. That would be a condition of approval. In the event that storage is required for any chemicals which are considered toxic or hazardous, then a different kind of cabinet would be necessary. The applicant is not proposing any changes to the exterior of the building or the parking lot, and therefore the site plan that came with it is fairly small version, but it's adequate to confirm for the building inspector and I that there's adequate parking out there for the entire building. There are other multiple businesses there. I wasn't quite sure. I did talk to the building inspector about the number of employees, and I think he said you may have one other employee besides yourself.
Just me and my partner.
Just you and your partner. Okay, so the parking is more than adequate considering the previous business located in this portion of the building was a bridal shop, which would be a more commercial business that would have more traffic than just the one employee and probably the same or more customers on a daily basis. The one concern I had is I'm not quite clear on how long the dogs would be in your care and if there's how you would handle pet waste. We've had a couple other people come before the committee with some other concerns, and I'm not quite sure how you propose to handle the pet waste while they're in your care. Now, that requires some explanation.
Okay. The first explanation, I will have a bagging for the dog's poop. So in my hand to my clients. And then I'm gonna do like a walkthrough around the parking lot to see if you have any poop off there, if no one like collected, and then I will collect it. And then I'm gonna bagging and dumping.
Okay, so you're gonna dump it where?
I'm gonna ask for the dumpster to put behind the building for my business.
So you'll have your own dumpster just for your business, nobody else
Yeah.
in the building?
I need to check with the owner how the dumpster works there. I don't know if I'm gonna share with the other business there or if I need to ask one for myself. So,
Okay,
but I will check it out and then I have a dumpster there also.
okay. Well, from previous applications, that's acceptable as far as I'm concerned. The only concern I might have is, do you have a area where the dogs are restricted to? I mean, the parking lot doesn't seem to have any fencing or anything. You are located in that end unit next to Monty's? Is that the one?
Exactly.
The one
Yeah,
on the end upstairs?
yeah.
So is there some portion of the parking lot that's dedicated to you along with what's inside the building?
Yes, I have like 3 spots in front of the business for drop off and drop in.
What about an area that's sectioned off for the dogs to be outside? Are they only going to be on a leash, or are they?
Oh, just on a leash when the customers comes to pick it up the dogs. I will keep the dogs inside all the time. I'm gonna have a space there when I finish the dog. So prior I finish the dog like 20 minutes before, I will call the customers and let them know the dogs is ready to pick it up.
Okay,
And then they're gonna just park, drop off the dog, park and pick up the dog and go home.
and will the parking spaces that your customers use be labeled for your business only?
I don't think so. I think we have a plain of parking lot there. But I have like 3 spots in the front of my business, so.
I know that Monty's Pizza has some signs in front of the spots that are for their business. You might want to require, and the committee may want to recommend that you get the dedicated parking spaces so that your customers know that's where they're supposed to park. And that might give
Sure.
you a better target area to look for the poop from the dogs that you need to pick up if they don't pick it up on their way out.
Okay, I will, absolutely.
Okay, so I don't have anything else. If any of the committee has any questions, I think now might be a good time.
I have a,
Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Diane, do you have any questions?
I do. How will you handle a customer that doesn't come back promptly? Say they leave their dog there for half the day. How are you going to handle that?
So what I'm gonna do is make a walkthrough outside to this not happen, to not, the poop not be there for too long.
Mm,
After each dog leave my store, I can do that and then check it out.
okay. So you feel you can handle having a customer that doesn't come back within, say, an hour of the appointment to pick up their dog, if they leave it there longer than what you expected?
Oh, I do have like one spot available, one room with some like pillows and everything to dogs stay and rest when I finish the grooming.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Mhm.
Teresa, do you have any questions?
I do not at this time. Thank you.
Okay. And Bryant, any questions?
No, I do not.
Okay. Karina, just so that we understand, and I do believe you understand from the building inspector's determination that this is grooming only, but no, otherwise no like care or boarding or kennel-like operation, right? It's
Yeah,
strictly
I do. Is it strictly
day
for
service
you?
for grooming. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I have any other questions. This is all right, an existing structure, existing business, nothing new being done on the site to accommodate it. So anything more, Fred?
No, I guess I would just transfer a couple of those items in my letter as conditions of recommendation of approval. I would add the parking signs to be dedicated parking signs for her business so that she doesn't have to chase. It's a good sized parking lot. And it seems to make sense that if their customers have a dedicated parking space, then she has a more restricted area to kind of police. And then I guess I would recommend that you add a condition that says no boarding of dogs is allowed under this permit, although it's clear to everyone, but it doesn't hurt to put it in the recommendation as well.
Stated explicitly. Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Can I just clarify a couple of things on the chemicals?
Sure.
What you sent me today, Karina, was 8 gallons of shampoos and conditioners and things for the dogs. Is that it?
Yeah. It's because the beginning, I will not have so many dogs.
Right.
So, but even in the future, I can buy the products and like they're gonna be sent to me in a couple days. So I don't need to have like a lot of shampoos in my storage, you know.
All right. So I'm recommending to the committee that they recommend to the Zoning Board of Appeals an approval, provided that you're limited to those chemicals that are non-toxic, non-hazardous only. And if that changes at any time, you'll need to come back before this committee and the Zoning Board of Appeals and get your permit amended. And you would then be required to have containment. And it's a whole different kind of cabinet than the one that you sent me. And there'll also be, as noted in the letter, a condition that you report to the building department and the Board of Health annually that that's still the case. Okay. All right. I think that's as clear as we can get it.
Yep. Teresa.
Thank you. Is it recommended that we include a condition that I know that right now she's saying 8 gallons of the chemicals because of the volume of customers she's anticipating, but within the next year that number could go up significantly, resulting in an increase in the volume. Do we want to say that she can have up to X number of gallons on site at any time before she has to come back, so long as it's this organic and non-toxic materials? Or do we leave it at the 8 gallon for now and let her come back if she wants to increase it over time? Or you need to come back because it's organic and non-toxic?
No. My feeling is that I wanted to confirm the 8 gallons so that we have an idea of how much is stored in there volume wise and what would fit in the cabinet. And the cabinet that she presented to me yesterday indicates there's plenty of room for that, for 8 gallons jugs, if you will. Coming back to this committee and the Zoning Board of Appeals would only be triggered by a change in the type of chemicals that include some kind of toxic or hazardous chemicals within them. And so technically, if she had 25 gallons, she wouldn't be in violation as long as it was still non-toxic, all organic and natural items. So unless the committee feels otherwise, but I don't see the hazard to the groundwater unless it's a change in the type of chemicals.
Okay, that answers my question. Thanks, Fred.
Okay.
Thanks, Teresa. Diane, any further questions?
None from me.
Okay. Bryant, any further questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. I have no further questions. If there's nothing more from the board members, I would entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion to recommend approval of the special groundwater permit for the business at 369 West Main Street with the conditions stated in Mr. Litchfield's letter, as well as a condition for dedicated parking spaces in front of the business, and a condition, I can't remember the other one. Fred, there was one more that you were recommending.
The parking spaces and the pet waste to be collected and disposed of, I guess, daily.
Okay. Pet waste to be disposed of and collected and disposed of daily.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Second.
Moved by Teresa Capobianco, seconded, I heard first, Diane Goldner. This is a roll call vote. Diane,
yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
and I, Jason Perot, also vote yes. So we will be recommending approval. That letter will go to the Zoning Board of Appeals with the conditions that have been described. And so congratulations. We wish you well on the
Yeah.
next step of the approval process.
Thank you very
Just emphasizing again that that no toxic chemicals or materials be used unless you come back and apply to make that change.
Okay, absolutely, I will. I
Okay.
will not need that at all toxic for dogs. So it's gonna be all organic and natural, and I will provide the signs for put in the front of the parking lot.
Okay. Very
Okay,
good.
thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
You're all done, Karina. If you want to go, you can. I
Okay,
just
thank
need you're welcome. I just need the committee to discuss minutes and the next meeting date, if you like.
Yes. Review and approve minutes of April 13th, 2021. If you did not receive your packet, then I assume you did not receive a copy of the minutes. Teresa, did you receive the packet in the mail? Sorry, can't hear you. You're muted.
What was the date of our last meeting?
April 13th.
I wasn't present at that meeting. I was in DC that day, so I wasn't
You
there.
were.
Oh, okay.
You were.
Right. I just curious, did you receive the packet for this meeting in the mail with the application?
I did not. So I reviewed the letter and did a little groundwork on my own to find out what it was. If it had been something more than a dog
Right.
grooming business, I would have gone deeper than I would have called Fred and gone deeper than I had.
Okay.
I'll have to find out why you're not getting your packages. I mailed them a week ago. Thought for sure you'd have them by now, and I apologize for not sending the minutes by email. I normally do that, but I had them ready, put them in the packages before. Usually I don't have them ready till a day or two before the meeting, so I thought I was ahead of the game. I'll find out why you're not getting your packages and correct it somehow. So I guess. Go
Fred,
ahead.
I don't mind coming and picking it up when they're ready.
Okay.
You know, in terms of
Um,
for mine, I can just walk up the street and grab it. I know that's not as convenient for everyone else, but you know, I know that the post office, I've been waiting for something from Lowell for 2.5 weeks. So I think it's a
I
mail.
thought a week to get across town was more than enough time, but surprise, surprise.
Should be.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't mind dropping them off either. Usually if I have them ready Friday afternoon when I'm leaving, I have dropped things off for the committee before in the past, and it's not a problem. So one way or another, I'll make sure that you get them in hand as soon as I have them. As of right now, I don't know about anything on next month's agenda, but the deadline is not for a couple more weeks, so there could be something. So we'll hold off on the minutes. And tell me what your thoughts are on a meeting on June 8th. That would be the second Tuesday in June.
I know the Board of Health is meeting at 6 on June 8th.
Okay. You know for a fact they're having a meeting?
As of right now, we are, and we tend to have them lately because we get the COVID-19 updates and the progress of the vaccination clinics and the work being done on the regional sites as well. So my guess is that we'll continue to hold those regularly.
Kristen had indicated she might talk to you all about meeting a little bit earlier than 6 o'clock. But I'm guessing she didn't do that yet.
I know that one or two of the doctors had a conflict with meeting earlier than 6. I think we talked about 5:30. but so far that hasn't happened yet.
Okay,
Yesterday's meeting only went about a half an hour to 45 minutes,
yeah.
but still it kind of puts us to 7 o'clock for this one.
We can do 7 o'clock. It's a Tuesday. I'm here anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. Anybody else have a conflict?
No,
No conflict. 7 o'clock would be fine for me.
How about you, Diane?
Fine for me.
You'll be back from your trip?
I hope so.
Okay,
I'm praying.
So if Board of Health gets canceled, I can certainly let Fred, you and everyone else know, but I know for purposes of notice, you have to know by a certain date whether that's happening.
well, I have to schedule the Zoom meeting with the staff upstairs to make sure that there's a license available for me to use. That generally has to happen 3 weeks or so before the meeting. And then I have to post the agenda at least 2 days before. So I'll talk to Kristen and get a feeling from her as to whether or not they could move to 5:30 and we could move to 6:30, say.
Okay.
But 7 o'clock is not a problem for me if you all don't mind meeting at 7 instead of 6. I've gotten kind of used to the 6 o'clock myself, but there's no
Yeah.
requirement on my end that it needs to be that time. So well, I'm going to put it on my schedule for 7 o'clock right now until I can confirm otherwise. But you're comfortable that even if you start at 6 o'clock, you'll be done by 7?
Yeah, typically our meetings have not gone more than 40, 45 minutes lately. So,
Okay.
and right now we don't have anything on the agenda aside from COVID-19 stuff. So it's been
Nobody
kind of
has to
quiet
be-
over at the Board of Health. So
Nobody has to be in bed by 8 o'clock, so we'll be okay.
the good TV shows don't start until 9 anyway. So.
There you go. All right, well, you can
Is
stay
it
up
the-
late with the cool kids.
So tentatively, we're anticipating a Board of Health meeting at 6 and the Groundwater Advisory at 7 following it.
Yes.
In the event that the Board of Health does not meet, is everyone available for 6 if that slot's open?
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
So Fred, if you find in talking to Kristen that that slot would be available, we certainly can
Okay,
pop into there.
I'll check with Kristen and I'm sure that, as Teresa said, they'll have something to talk about with the whole clinics and the virus and what's going on with COVID. Hopefully we're really going in a good direction now. And if she's able to let me know enough time in advance, then they won't schedule 2 meetings at the same time anyway, so.
Right.
I'll have to chat with her anyway, one way or another. I'd like to get a regular schedule going, but only because it makes it easier for me to plan accordingly. But again, the time that we meet's not critical to me either way. 6
Okay.
o'clock is good. 7 o'clock is good. 6 o'clock is better, but whatever. We'll work it out.
Very good.
And I will be in touch with all of you before I commit to it, if it changes from 7 o'clock. And
Okay.
we still need to hear from Amy.
Right.
Or whoever the planning board's representative on the board will be. I know that after the election, they usually shuffle the assignments, and there may be a change, maybe not, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
If
thank you very
there's
much.
nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Teresa Capobianco, seconded by Diane Goldner. Roll call vote. Diane,
Yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
Bryant,
yes.
and I, Jason Pro, vote yes. So the Groundwater Advisory Committee meeting of this evening is concluded. Thank you all very much. Fred,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. Appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
assistance.
Thank you all.
Nice to see you
Yeah.
all.
Good.
Good night.
All right.
Night.
All right, so now I need